guys, it's Mindy. So welcome back to my channel. So today I have a fun speed build for you. This is for my game save file in The Sims 4. This is a lot in Del Sol Valley. I can't remember the name of this area, but it's basically like the poor quotation mark side of town. And so basically I wanted to put something a little bit different in here because I see a lot of simmers put hotels, and I've seen simmers put trailer parks, and I've seen simmers put apartments and like 3 houses because there are like 3 driveways to this area. So I was trying to think of something a little bit different and that would still be like really fun and still kind of like fit into the neighborhood. So I came up with a strip mall. And at first, I actually wanted to put a daycare center in here, like a daycare slash preschool center. But when I was building the preschool, I was like having so much fun with it that it was like turning out really, really nice. And I was like adding all these details, and I was like, wait a minute, I want this to be like a little bit more run down, because basically I envisioned it to be like an old school that was maybe like, I don't know, they found like radiation or something below the surface, and so the old school had to leave, but I don't know, 50 years later they decided to build a preschool. So it was supposed to be like kind of more of like a rundown like preschool area, but the more I was doing it, the less rundown it was looking, because I was having so much fun doing it. So I was like, maybe I'll just make a school like in my own time, and I do kind of have plans for that down the road a little bit. And then also I was like, I really want to build a hotel here because hotels do look really nice here, and Simlissy did an amazing one because, you know, she's Simlissy, of course. And I was like, man, this is definitely a perfect spot for a hotel. So I see why a lot of people put them there. However, I didn't want to be like everybody else. I was like, everybody puts a hotel here. You know, what else can I put here that's going to fit in with this neighborhood? That's going to have maybe 3 entranceways or 3 driveways. And so I came up with a strip mall, and this is a little bit of a rundown strip mall. And it is, so there are a couple stores in here. So we have the store that I'm currently working on, which is an abandoned adult film store. And you'll see in the end why I call it an adult film store. It originally wasn't going to be that. It was just going to be like an abandoned store. I didn't really have like plans for it. But then I saw this sign that I added to it, and it had like a videotape on it. And it kind of reminded me of like signs that I've seen before, like in Vegas, like when we went to Vegas, of like adult film stores. And so I was like, oh my goodness, that's what it's gonna be. So we have the abandoned adult film store. There is a like a tiny kind of, I want to say like a, I don't know, like a little grocery type thing. I don't know, just like a little mini market where you can get like milk and bread and I don't know, like just random things. And then there is a like rundown country food restaurant type area. There is a salon, and there is a laundromat and a bank with a drive-through. So that's everything that is in this world. But let's first talk about where I have been. It has been a minute. I know I say that every time I come back, and I'm so tired of saying that. So if you don't know, I'm not going to plug it too much. If you don't know, Suburban Simmer and I have been working on a collab, machinima collab, to be correct. And yeah, it's our first time making a machinima, and so she's doing the first part. She did the first part, I did the second part. She's currently working on the third part, and then I'll be doing the fourth part. And so when I was working on the second part of that, it took so long. I mean, like, just to get 5 minutes worth of videos, I swear it took me like 2 days. I'm not kidding you. And so I definitely wanted to get this finished before my fourth part, which is my part of the collab, comes up. So I'm like, I have to finish this while Suburban Simmer is working on part 3, because I'm not going to get anything done otherwise. So there's that. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check that out on my channel. And actually what you want to do is head on over to Suburban Simmer's channel. I'll link that in the description box below so you can check that out, because she has part 1 of the machinima. So if you kind of want to watch it in order, you're going to need to watch hers, then mine, and back to hers, and then back to mine, which is just kind of how we set it up. We wanted to give each other like we each have like a fun phase, and then we each have kind of like a more like, I guess, serious phase. So yeah, there's that. That's why I've been gone for so long, and I have so much that I want to do. I had this speed build that I have been working on. I have episode 25 of my Not So Berry Challenge that I need to edit, but I want to get some more episodes recorded of that. And I also need to get back to Summers You May Know. I really enjoy Summers You May Know, but I have to say that if I had to kick one of them out, it would be Summers You May Know. And it's not because I'm not enjoying it, it's just because I don't know, I feel like I enjoy it the less, if that makes sense. And it's not because of your guys' builds. Your builds are absolutely amazing. I love downloading builds and looking at them and touring them. It's absolutely fun. But I just feel like I can pretty much get maybe two or three builds, like tours of your guys' builds and families made in one video. And I had over like 40 people that I downloaded their houses from, and even more than that, because I found a few others that I really liked and I downloaded. So it's going to be a really long series, and I just feel like if one of them had to go, it would definitely be that. I lately, my channel has been growing, so oh my goodness, thank you so much for that. I think I'm at like 166 now, which is absolutely amazing. But I have to admit, you guys, I have kind of been like doing something that I never thought I would do, and like I see numbers now, and it's really hard not to look at the numbers. It's really hard to not wonder why somebody who's had their channel for a month has like double the subscribers you had in a year. And it's really hard to not do that, but I said that I was never going to do that, and I don't want that to ever be something that I consistently focus on. It's something that I have to like mentally block out, because I do this for fun. I'm always going to do this for fun. When I plug my channel to you guys and I say, hey, I'm at 160, can I get to 177 or 170 or whatever the case may be, I'm not telling you to just go click on my link and like my page. I am asking you to go over to my page, watch a couple of my videos, and determine for yourself, hey, I really like this girl, I think I'm gonna sub to her, or I think I see something in her, or nah, not for me. So that's what I basically ask you to do whenever I plug my channel like that. So yeah, I kind of let numbers get to me for a little bit, and I was like, nope, I can't do this. I have to take a break. You know, this is not why I'm doing this. I want to do this for fun. I don't ever want it to not be fun to me. And if it ever does become not fun to me, I will get rid of my channel, because, yeah, I can't do it for views. I can't do it for numbers. I just want to do it for me, because it's what I enjoy, and it's, helped me personally in a lot of different areas. So yeah, that being said, like I said, Summers You May Know, even though those videos do get a lot of views, it's not again, not that I don't like it, it's just out of everything else that I'm doing, it's probably my least favorite. So if there ever comes that time that I'm like, you know, I'm way behind on everything, I think I'm gonna nix Summers You May Know, don't be upset, don't take it personally if you are one of the people who have given me your IDs, and I've downloaded your videos, or I told you I was gonna tour your house. I apologize if that is the case. I'm not doing it now. I'm hoping to get a couple more episodes out and really like fill it out, see if I can come up with a better layout or something with how I do the videos. But yeah, either way, I will keep you in the know. I will definitely let you know if that's something that I decide to do. And I'm still going to give you guys a thank you, because I had so many people comment on that post, and it was really overwhelming, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, that being said, I've got all of that. I feel like I'm a little bit behind on my game save file. There's talks of more expansion packs coming out, and that's just a whole another world, because I don't feel like I'm at the level yet where I could just like stop at one certain world, you know. If I was almost complete with my game save file, I would say if any more worlds came out, I'm not doing them, but I am nowhere near complete. So yeah, I have some ideas of some really neat builds. I have some ideas of some really fun videos as well. So, you know, I've got all of that kind of like looming in the back of my mind, and I've made a list of everything. And so on top of that, I've got the rest of my machinima on the way, and I think I'm definitely going to be doing some more machinimas because I really enjoyed them. It really just kind of gives you like a whole new perspective on The Sims, because it almost makes you like a movie director, and like you think of like all of these ideas, like your whole world becomes open again. So yeah, there's that. And then I also, a couple days ago, took some time for myself and played The Sims 3 again. Which, speaking of The Sims 3, it has been 10 years since Sims 3 was released. So, happy birthday, Sims 3. The Sims 3 is, first of all, I am The Sims 1 OG, okay? I was 10 when it came out, okay? And I loved Sims 1. And then Sims 2 came out, and I love Sims 2. But growing up, I didn't spend a lot of time on the computer, like, doing anything like that. So I didn't really play Sims 1 and Sims 2, like, a whole... Sims 2 a little bit more. Just because I started to get, like, a little bit independent. But when Sims 3 came out, I fell in love with it. I got every expansion pack, every game pack, everything. I have, like, so much stuff that I bought online. I mean, I'm talking when I go in and open up my downloads dashboard, I have like 21 pages of stuff that I have to download from online. So The Sims 3 is just really where I fell in love with The Sims. And so yeah, I was really excited to kind of go back and revisit The Sims 3 for a little bit, and yeah, just play it for a little bit just for fun and not record anything. And I really needed that because it's been a pretty hectic week around here. I know I have been pretty much just been talking about my life right now. This is the bank. This is the drive-thru. I was looking for like that little tube that you get where like you send money up the tube and then they send back suckers. You guys know what tube I'm talking about? The little tube? Yeah, that tube. This is the bank, by the way, if I didn't say that. This is the bank, and that's the drive-thru. And so I was going through like a few debug items, and I found this alien thing. Wouldn't that have been perfect for a tube? But when I placed it, it opened up like that, so I couldn't make it a tube. I did eventually find something. I think it's like a science, like, decoration part, that fit pretty nicely in there. And I think maybe I just, like, downsized it. I don't remember if I downsized. Yeah, I downsized it. And, so I thought that it looked pretty close to, you know, like, the tube. And then I also put, like, an ATM, like, driving out. So, yeah, that's pretty much how the bank drive-thru went. And it does kind of make this side of the lot a little bit smaller than the rest, like than the other side, because like I said, there is 3 drives here, and so I kind of wanted to continue this. But toward the end, with the way that I made everything, I'm kind of thinking that this side's probably more of like an alleyway, and maybe the bank like opens up to an alleyway, so that's how you have to get in. At least in my mind, that's how I figured it would be. Just to, like, I don't know. I just felt like that's pretty much how it had to be, because the other side, I make it look like basically a road. I don't know if it would be like a side road that obviously goes into that alley because you clearly see, or, you know, if you're driving through the alley, you can turn out that road and get onto the main road or whatever. So that's kind of what I was going for. And then in my bank, I really enjoyed making the bank, but there's really not that much that you can put in a bank in The Sims. I found like some stacks of money in the debug aisle. Of course, we have the little vault, so that was nice to put in there. I put some frame checks in there, which was perfect because they came with Get Famous, I believe. So I put some frame checks in there, and I thought that was really nice. I have this little waiting area. I stuck some, they're actually parking meters, but I pretend like they're ATMs. So yeah, I stuck some ATMs inside and outside because that's how my bank is. And then I stuck a bowl of candy to be like the suckers. And of course I stuck some like business cards out here, just because anytime like I go to my bank, like my teller always gives me business cards. I don't know why, like they all know me, like I've been banking there for a while. So yeah, so then I just kind of like decorate it, and the inside area, like I kind of move things around a little bit. The bank is a little bit weird shaped because I wanted to make the vault fit. And then I also stuck in like a little like lunchroom area, or like a little small break area in there as well. So this is like the main area where the tellers would be, and I stick an area for the drive-through where they would interact with the people through the drive-through through that window. And so yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at on the build. I don't remember what I was talking about my life. Um, yeah, I don't remember. Anyways, you guys, if you have any ideas for some videos, or like some machinimas or a certain story that you think would be really good, let me know, because I am definitely looking to start getting some more machinimas under my belt so I can practice a little bit better. And yeah, let me know if you have any ideas, because I feel like there's a couple machinimas that are like way overdone, and then of course you have like the runaway teen, which is obvious. You know, it's so much fun to play a runaway teen because you're doing, you know, you're not supposed to be the runaway teen, and but it's a lot of fun to do that, I think, and really kind of like makes your imagination go. So yeah, here I am. I had to open that up because I realized that I did not have a door to the teller station. Now, just to warn you, there's really no reason Sims need to be in here other than the fact that there's a microwave in the back, because you can't do anything in this teller room. I mean, I put like some cash registers, but there's nothing for sale in there. I stuck like a tablet, I stick some money in there. You know, there's really nothing to do in there. Your Sims aren't gonna stand in line. You can't get money out. There's a vault in there, but other than that, there's nothing to do. Speaking of that, I did set this as a park, and everything seems to work just fine. I noticed that the Sims really kind of gathered in the salon and the laundromat, probably because those are like the things that like you can most do in there. Like I stuck just different things in there. So yeah, but it does work pretty good as a park. At first I was gonna stick it as a restaurant because you can't use it as a restaurant unless you like name it as a restaurant. But when I did that, I felt like I didn't get a lot of like traffic that came through the rest of the area, and so I just thought like this is basically more of like a pretend lot, you know, like you can pretend like your Sims are going to go get their hair done, and they'll actually come to the, like you can actually send them to the salon and have somebody give them a makeover or whatever. I know that there's been like talk about it before, but I don't think Sims can do laundry off of their main lot, so I'm not really sure you can do anything in the laundry area as well. You can go to the little restaurant that I put in here, and you can hire a chef, but you have to pay for it out of your own money, and there's like no waitress or anything, so you know, it's basically just for show. I really liked how it looked. I like the aesthetic of it. I think it's still useful. I think it's really cute. You know, it's just something fun to have in your game. So yeah, as you can see, I am working on the salon. So I made this like a little salon, and I was kind of basing it off of like a little hair salon, which is near my house. When you go in, you know, of course they have chairs where you sit and wait in line to get your hair cut, and then they have like a rack full of just like different shampoos and conditioners and hair product and whatnot. So that's kind of what I was going for with this. And then I do go in a little bit later, which reminds me, I cut some of this out, and I went back after I got done recording and went through like the debug menu and like some of the decor objects and added a few things off camera. And the reason for that is because when I do community lots, which I love to do, I love to put like a whole bunch of detail into them. Community lots are so much fun to do, at least for me they are, because I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, it's just what makes the game interesting to me. I used to do a whole bunch of community lot builds on The Sims 3. So yeah, naturally I just really enjoy doing them. So I put a lot of detail into this, and at first, like when you watch it, you're probably thinking like there's not a whole ton of detail, but I do go back and add a lot of detail. So you'll notice in the screenshots in the end of the video that there is more detail than what you saw. I didn't honestly do a lot of editing on this main video part. So I apologize if there's like a slightly long pause. I did speed everything up pretty well to fit within a certain part of time that was still like a reasonable speed, you know, it wasn't like super fast. So yeah, I apologize. I didn't edit much in here, but I definitely didn't want to record the part where I went back and added some of the extras in there, because I just went through the debug menu several times, picking out things that I thought would look nice somewhere, or just going through several different items or different colors or flooring or, you know, what have you. I just wanted to make things look really detailed. And so that's kind of what I did toward the end of, like after I got done recording. So you will notice that it does look a little bit different, which in my opinion, it looks a lot better. Some of it I didn't have to add too much to, like this restaurant that I'm getting ready to do. I didn't really add much to it, more so than I did change the colors of this room. This flooring and that wallpaper does not stay the same. Do not fret though, it is still just as ugly. So yeah, there's that. And I kind of imagine this being like like a southern home cooking type thing, like kind of like a diner, but maybe a step up from a diner, but the food is like really bad quality. And like maybe if somebody out of town was like, hey, let's go there, and the Sims that live here are like, ew, no, let's not. So yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. I also stuck benches here, so realistically only 2 people can sit at that table at a time, because they don't have access to the benches. So this restaurant is really not functional. Like I said, you can hire a chef, but it'll come out of your own money, and technically you can sit at the tables and eat whatever that person cooks. So, or you can go cook it yourself, whatever you want to do. And then I just put like a whole bunch of different pictures on the wall and just different clutter items that I thought, you know how like some restaurants have just a bunch of random things on the wall. So that's kind of what I was going for, and I felt like I could have done this a little bit better than I did. Like, and by better, I mean like I could have paired some different things up a little bit better, but at the same time, I think it turned out really well. And then of course there are bathrooms in here, so that definitely helps. Because I labeled this as a park, I had to have a what was it? I had to have a playground equipment, and then I had to have a chess table. So I actually built a basement that you can't get to, and that's where I stuck the playground equipment and stuck the chess table, so you can't actually get to the basement. But if you notice in the pictures, like on the gallery, that there's a basement in there, that's what's in the basement. Nothing but the chess table and like those little monkey bar things. So in this kitchen, I used a lot of items from the debug menu, so I do apologize if it is a little bit tedious kind of watching that, but I thought it was really fun to add like different bottles of like olive oil, or like there's like vanilla extract. I put like a baking pan on there, and like a cookbook, and like a piece of paper, so it looks like maybe they were like scribbling down a recipe or just looking through recipes. That was a lot of fun to do. I love making kitchens, and so having like an actual kitchen, like a restaurant style kitchen to make, was a lot of fun. So yeah, there's that. And again, I tried to keep it like I put like those cleaners over by some of the food, you know, like this place would have been probably barely scrapes by, or maybe does favors for the health inspector, you know, whatever, when the health inspector comes to check them out, because they are not legit at all. So yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to make it look like in the kitchen. Like, they're dirty, they're not clean. Your sim doesn't want to eat here. So yeah, that's what I was going for, and I think it was conveyed rather nicely. I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, and this whole restaurant, actually this whole lot, I'm really proud of how it turned out. I really wanted it to look realistic, and when I uploaded it to a site that I'm on Facebook, it's like a building site for simmers. Everybody kept telling me like it looks so realistic, and I'm glad, because that's exactly what I was going for. So when I get good feedback like that just really makes me really happy, because, you know, like I've achieved what I was going for essentially. And yeah, I just thought it would be like a really fun place to have in the game save file for your Sims, and for like the general aesthetic of the game save, or I guess I should say the world overall. I have a few, like I was saying too, I have some fun videos coming up, of course. Part 3 of the part 4, oh my goodness, which is my part, will be coming up soon. So keep your eyes open for Suburban Simmer, because she is going to be uploading part 3, and then when she does that, I am going to start working on part 4. So keep your eyes peeled on our channel, and of course we will both be making announcements about that. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing that. But I was thinking, in the spirit of the Sims 3 10th anniversary and the fact that I was playing the Sims 3 the other day, what I did is I went to sims3.com and I got on my page and I downloaded all the houses that I had ever uploaded to the Sims page. Now, of course, I have built way more houses than what is on that page, but I downloaded what I had. And I thought it would be really fun to tour through those houses because I consider myself a decent builder back in The Sims 3, but I didn't have a channel or anything, but I loved my builds. And I know that sounds like a little bit like cocky or arrogant, but that's not what I'm going for. I was just really proud of them. And only my brother that I knew at the time played The Sims, was like really into it like I was, you know. And like in real life, you know, that I found really enjoyed The Sims the way that I did. So I didn't have a lot of people to share those houses with, and so now that I have a YouTube channel, I'm so happy to share these houses with you because in The Sims 3, I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time building in The Sims 3. It's what I really enjoy doing, and I'm still, to this day, really proud of some of the lots that I've done, and so I thought I would share them with you. Again, it's not like a cocky or arrogant thing. It's just something that I really enjoyed doing at the time, so I thought that I would share them with you. So I think that's going to be a really fun build. I have a few other videos that are coming up as well. I'm going to do, well, one I don't really want to tell you about, so we'll just let those ones go. But yeah, you guys keep an eye out because I have my Not So Berry challenge. Like I said, I had 25 up. I need to edit it, but I need to get to 26. And you guys know we're all kind of like sitting on our seats right now because Marley is an elder and Joe is an elder. So we are about to kick the bucket any minute in that episode. And that's been a lot of fun. I've considered doing another Let's Play. But I thought if I'm going to do another machinima, then maybe not another Let's Play. So I'll stick with the one Let's Play, the Not So Berry challenge, and then I'll make a machinima. Just because I feel like that's kind of a lot to keep track of, if that makes sense. So anyways, through all of my rambling, I'm sorry, I do have a tendency to ramble a lot. We are here on the store. You guys saw the restaurant kind of come together. You saw the kitchen come together. I'm putting just some like medications up on that table or up on those shelves, and I just kind of imagine this being like an old style store. Like there's like coffee and bags of coffee, and there's like coolers with maybe like milk and maybe some eggs, and there's some fruit, and there's some like alcohol, and then I stuck like some coolers in here, or maybe you could get, I don't know, like bread or cake or, you know, whatever the case may be. It's just a really small store and kind of like a hometown store, you know, like you're surprised that they still exist because all the supermarkets have like monopoly over everything, you know. So that's kind of what I was going for. The stuff in the store doesn't necessarily make sense. It's kind of like a random stuff store. I've seen like little mom pop stores like that, so that's kind of what I was going for, and I think it turned out pretty well. Like I said, I did go back and I didn't add too much more to this, if I remember correctly, but I do go back and edit some details which make it way more realistic than what it looks. So I know you're kind of looking at it going like, what kind of store is this? Like, it doesn't make sense, but that's the point of it. It's not supposed to make sense. So yeah, that is all. Like, we are almost finished up. I do a few things out in the parking lot because I wanted to make the parking lot look a little bit more realistic as well. But yeah, that being said, we are coming close to the screenshots, you guys. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed, and check out some of my other content as well. I will talk to you later. Bye.